All right, YouTube, what is going on? It is Zaya here from Zaya&TheSteelers back with another video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers. So if you guys are Steelers fans or you enjoy NFL content in general, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Shout out to the people who have subscribed already. And shout out to the future subscribers, man. Also, let's get a shout out to the members. If you guys would like to support me and this channel more, be sure to hit that join button down in the description below. And ladies and gentlemen, it took ups and downs, it took roller coasters, it took replacements, it took injuries, it took everything over the course of the last, let's say, month or two, about 2 months, for this quarterback situation to come to a head. And as we all thought from the very beginning, man, Russell Wilson is going to be our starting quarterback. Now, this is, like I said, this is something that was expected. The only reason why it was even a question was he was dealing with the injury in camp, and then Justin Fields came out. He played pretty well in camp, and then we looked to the preseason. Low-key, I mean, like, I guess he played well in the preseason. I don't know if this is very pessimistic of me, but we went 0-3 in 2 of the games. We didn't even score a touchdown, so, like, yeah, I'm sorry, we didn't score a touchdown like in the beginning with Fields in there or with Russ in there. Like it didn't look the best, and so I don't know what you can take from that. I don't know if I'm being pessimistic about it. But in that third game, you know, we saw Russ and Justin Fields both be able to score on their drives, and so like I guess Justin Fields showed a lot like in camp and stuff. But as far as like the training camp or the preseason games, I don't know, it just wasn't there for me. But the same thing too happened with Russell Wilson, where it was just like, you know, we didn't look the craziest. So it's kind of hard to judge based on that. So we got to go back to the kind of prerequisite, what we know about these guys beforehand, before we even seen them play. And before we even seen them play, it was going to be Russell Wilson the whole time. And this is something that, you know, I'm relatively happy about, I will say. I'm relatively happy about. I was a big Russell Wilson guy. I am a big Russell Wilson guy. I was big on, like, you know, trying to get him to the team, trying to get him to the Steelers. And then once we did get him, it was like, all right, this is the move. But of course, we got him when we had Kenny Pickett. And so it was always going to be Russell Wilson over Kenny Pickett. And then we get Justin Fields. And it was always going to be Russell Wilson over Justin Fields. Once again, it was just that little injury scare and then the training camp hype that really, you know, kind of led to this. But really, the Steelers themselves, Mike Tomlin kind of went about it and said like, hey, yeah, there is a quarterback competition now. Like he kind of said that. But I think, you know, it was a lie. I think that was a lie. I think the Steelers the whole time, unless Russell Wilson was like legitimately hurt or legitimately washed, like it was going to be Russell Wilson the whole time. So we knew that. So we don't have to spend the most time on it. But yes, Russell Wilson is going to be our week 1 starter. And I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited. I think Russell Wilson can do a lot for us. I think he can be that quarterback I don't want to call him a game manager, but ladies and gentlemen, like, can you just be a game manager, Russell Wilson? Well, that's all we need. All we need for you to do is hand the ball off and hit Van Jefferson, you know, on his routes. That's it. If he can hit Van Jefferson, man, he can hit anybody, and we can hit the Super Bowl and win that shit and bring that 7th Lombardi back to Pittsburgh, Russell. And Russell Wilson, it'll be his 2nd ring, another ring on a different team. You know, he has a good season. Like we talked about how, you know, all this stuff he has to play for. It could mean a lot. You know, not only like a Super Bowl does a lot for, you know, every player that wins one. Like we look at Matthew Stafford, his talk is like up now. You know what I'm saying? And Russ already has one. But for him to get that 2nd, along with like his total stats that he's put up in the league, a 2nd ring, man. Is Russell Wilson better than Peyton Manning? You know what I'm saying? Is Russell Wilson better than Aaron Rodgers? Is Russell Wilson better than X? You know what I'm saying? Is Russell Wilson better than Big Ben? You know what I'm saying? Like that 2nd ring, I get, you know, the context is there. You need the context, but just, you know, off the strength, off a box score read, and you show a blank Russell Wilson stat line, you show a blank such and such stat line, and it's like, who's better, man? You know what I'm saying? That 2nd ring would do a lot for Russell Wilson and his legacy. So we will have to see. Probably, I mean, honestly, I love the Steelers. I don't want to, you know, shit on us, but, you know, we're probably not going to win the Super Bowl this year. But who knows, man? We really could. There definitely is a chance for us to do it. So, you know, we will end up seeing what happens with that. This quote right here, I had this up from Mike Tomlin. This is when the reporter asked him about like kind of the decision making that goes into like a situation like this, like choosing the quarterback and whatnot, and like who he listens to for advice. I really want to play this because it got me so hyped.
A lot of input, but I don't run away from responsibility. Assistants make suggestions. Guys like me make decisions. A lot of input.
Say it again.
I don't run away from responsibility. Assistants make suggestions. Guys like me make decisions.
Oh my God, assistants make suggestions. Guys like me make decisions, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Tomlin, man, like for all of you people who is like, we got to fire this guy. Do you not understand that if we didn't have Mike Tomlin, we would have these boring quotes. We would have like this lackluster press conferences. You know what I'm saying? Like only Mike Tomlin, man, is someone who can just deliver the fire in the media like this. One more time.
I don't run away from responsibility.
I don't run.
Make suggestions. Guys like me make decisions.
Guys like me make decisions. Yeah. I love Mike Tomlin so much. Really, I mean, this was nothing, man. I just saw this and I was like, holy shit, that is my coach. When I see Mike Tomlin, man, that is my coach. If I ever meet Mike Tomlin in real life, I'm going to give him a firm handshake. You know what I'm going right? I'm squeezing too. You know what? I'm not gonna let Mike Tomlin get me. I'm squeezing that hand. We're gonna see who comes out on the other side of it because I will not go into there lacking. You know what I'm saying? If I ever meet Mike Tomlin, I might even go for the dap. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, because I don't know if me and him are on that level for the dap, and so you got to start it out with a handshake, but then you feel the movements. It's like, okay, he's coming down. Oh, we're going for the dap. We go for the dap. We might even get the hug. It. Oh man, it just, you know what I'm saying? I love Mike Tomlin. This is my coach. This is my guy. And guys like assistants, they make suggestions. Guys like me, though, we make decisions, man. That's what I'm talking about. I love Mike Tomlin, man. So there was that. That was it. I just kind of wanted to show that off. Now, another quote from Mike Tomlin during that. I don't know if it was the same press conference with him standing, because, like, why is Mike Tomlin standing for so long? You know what I'm saying? Let's get the guy a chair. But I don't know if this was from, like, this same, thing, but he said about the Falcons coach, my friend Raheem Morris better be ready for a Justin Fields package. There's too much talent to be sitting around and watching. Mike Tomlin on if Justin Fields will see any action come week 1. Now, this to me is like, I don't want to say mind games, but this to me is just like, hey, like anything could happen. We don't want to just say Justin Fields is not going to play at all because, you know what I'm saying? Of course, maybe we throw out that Justin Fields package, but as far as like the actual play of it all, as far as like if we actually should do that, I don't know, man. I think it's kind of dumb to throw Justin Fields out there and like, okay, we're going to read option to death. I get he can throw the ball like if need be, but if Justin Fields is out there, it's probably going to be a Justin Fields run or a fake Justin Fields run. And like, I get it. I see the cook. I really do, but it just feels a little gimmicky to me. It just feels like a little too WWE to me. It's the same vibes as when Connor Hayward hits the field, because you see Connor Hayward out there, it's like, okay, this guy's getting the ball. Nobody else seems to realize that. Every other team, they just like see 83 out there and they're like, Heath Miller, you still play? But no, it's not even Heath Miller. It's Connor Hayward. You know what I'm saying? And like he gets the ball every single time when he's on the field. Justin Fields being on the field. I don't know. I want him on the field if he is the quarterback, the starting quarterback, right? But if we have Russell Wilson out there, say we have a 70-yard drive, we're like we're in the red zone, we're at like the 10, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, Russell Wilson has to come out for Justin Fields to come in and do like a read option. I just think it's dumb. It could definitely work. It can definitely work like, a few times. But I don't know if that is necessarily the cook. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we got to hold off on like Justin Fields playing until Justin Fields is playing. And I think, that's probably what we'll do. This, once again, this is just kind of like mystique for the, for the media and whatnot. So Raheem Morris, he's up late at night, like, how do I stop this Justin Fields read option, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, so he's up late at night. Like, we don't want him getting any sleep coming into the game because, Arthur Smith revenge game too. Like, we got to win week 1. Also, this has nothing to do with this, but we talked about Raheem Morris and we talked about, we're playing the Falcons week 1. The fact that we are underdogs against the Atlanta Falcons pisses me the hell off, man. Because I get it. I really do. Kirk Cousins is my guy. Kirk Cousins is a beast. Kirk Cousins is fantastic, right? Coming off an injury, mind you. Kirk Cousins, that guy. He's great, But past that, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, whoever's on their defense, I know they got AJ Terrell, but like, maybe they signed some people, new head coach Raheem Morris, cool, whatever. But we, the Pittsburgh Steelers, are really underdogs against the Atlanta Falcons, who had like a top 5, top 8 pick in the NFL draft, and we only got like, for us to be underdogs is crazy. And I'm not a gambler. I'm not, affiliated with any gambling sites. However, Prize Picks, I see you guys be giving YouTubers like deals a lot. Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not affiliated with anything. I don't like promote gambling or whatever. I talk about it because I do it in like my personal time or whatever. But there is a real part of me that is debating on putting an entire paycheck on the Steelers money line against the Atlanta Falcons because we're underdogs. And I just like, how do I want to put this? It is impossible for us to lose week 1. We will not lose week 1. I promise you, here we are, August 29th, 2024. I promise you, we are not going to lose week 1. And the fact that we are underdogs just pisses me off, man. Especially when we have packages like Justin Fields, when we throw him out there on like the read options shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could really do that. We got Russell Wilson. Our defense is like as good. Maybe the receivers fell off slightly, but like, damn, son, really? Now Deontay Johnson matters, man. Now Deontay Johnson is a factor when it comes to shit like this. But when he's on the team and we're naming him as like a weapon we have, it's like, y'all are sleeping. You guys were sleeping on Deontay Johnson the whole time. We fast forward, the only player we lose is Deontay Johnson, and now all of a sudden we are underdogs against the Atlanta Falcons. Really? Like, that is just crazy. It's just crazy to me. It's just absolutely mind-boggling. It's just dumb. It really is just dumb. So we will, see what ends up happening against the Atlanta Falcons. But I really think that we should be favored in that game. And if we're still underdogs to this point and you guys are gamblers, hey, man, put that $5 on the Steelers, man. That's all I'm going to say. And if they let us down, just know I had faith in my team. All I can do is have faith in my team. I always have faith in the Steelers, So it's up to you guys if you guys want to do it. I just wanted to inform you, hey, man, we definitely are underdogs, man. Unbelievable. Blitzburg, shout out to Blitzburg. Will Russ cook this year? I believe Russ will cook this year, man. Like, there is no time for us to be ass, especially with Justin Fields out there, like, ready to play. Like, Russell Wilson, if you're not like ready to go, man, it's gonna be tough, because we are definitely looking to play Justin Fields if we can. Like, as we talked about the potential package that we have him in. And if by week 4 or 5 Russell Wilson is just not, we're not looking good, Justin Fields is for sure gonna hit the field. And, it is what it is. But outside of that, I feel weird, too, because this is the position that we've put ourselves in, to where we have 2 quarterbacks. And so whenever you mention the one quarterback, you don't have to do it. But I just, feel the need to, every time we talk about will Russ cook this year, I certainly hope so, because we have another chef in the waiting. Like, this is the finale of MasterChef, when it's Gordon Ramsay as the judge and they got 2 contestants left. That's Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. And it's like, all right, make me some shrimp tartare. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the hell they be making on MasterChef. And here, you better come with the best shrimp tartare of your life, Russell Wilson. Especially, too, looking past the Steelers. Like, if it doesn't work out here, man, maybe, I still believe Russell Wilson, has the talent, too. Like, this is what's crazy. I don't know if I'm delusional or what. Like, if it doesn't work out here, I've said he's done. I've said, it's cooked, for him in the NFL, which still could maybe even be true. But, I believe he has enough talent to where he could go to another team and he wouldn't be the listed starter, because those days would be done. But he would definitely compete. You know what I'm saying? Say, okay, he goes to a different team. They draft a quarterback in the mid rounds or mid, pick. Maybe it's a first round pick, a la Michael Penix, for example, on the Atlanta Falcons, how they did it. Or maybe it's a pick 20, Kenny Pickett, and then you got Russell Wilson on the team and not fucking Mitchell Trubisky. Unbelievable. That is a real, sit down and wait for a second. You know what I'm saying? Having Russell Wilson on the team is a real, okay, Kenny Pickett, we drafted you. It's time to chill out for a second. But when we had Mitchell Trubisky and we were doing that shit, we fucked ourselves. You know what I mean? We got Mitchell Trubisky, who's ass, Kenny Pickett, who maybe is ass, and then Mason Rudolph, he got fucked too, because he can't be the backup, because we're paying we're paying Mitchell Trubisky, and we just took a quarterback in the first round. Mason Rudolph, you had no shot to play. You know what I'm saying? We fucked ourselves with that. But Russell Wilson, insert him to that Mitchell Trubisky signing, I believe that is something he could get off. You know what I'm saying? And the quarterback is a Kenny Pickett, who maybe has to take some rest for a little bit. I think Russell Wilson could win in that situation. Now he could play in that situation. But as far as him being the listed starter, as far as him getting a bag, as far as him, all that stuff, if he does not play well this year, he might fuck around and retire if he doesn't play well this year. And so I have faith in Russell Wilson. I believe he will cook, especially when the stakes are this high, especially when you know what I'm saying? You are one good meal away, man, from pleasing Gordon Ramsay. That's all you have to do is make this one good meal, put your whole Russusy into it, and you know what I'm saying? Let's go get a Super Bowl, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, next. This is the last thing I have about this one. Had me dead. Me in my living room after Russ gets sacked 5 times, throws for 170 yards, a touchdown, an interception, and the Steelers win 10-7. What is up with Russell Wilson? This is gonna get me demonetized. fucking love Russell Wilson. I fucking love this guy. I'm like, what is happening right now? This is what, of course, this is his like return to Seattle too. Like, this is fucking hilarious, bro. Like, what is this guy doing, man? Like, this is why everybody hates him. This is why everybody always makes fun of him, because of shit like this. But for me, this is my quarterback, man. You got to embrace God sometimes, man. You got to be one with the Bose headphones wireless too. Big sponsorship from Bose out of Russell Wilson. I know you got to cancel out the noise. You got to put on your Russell Wilson cleats. You got to look at the drip too. You know what I'm saying? High shorts. We got the sleeveless on. You know what I'm saying? Like two wristbands too already. Like, why do you have your wristbands on now? I don't know, but you know what I'm saying? This is a guy right here. This is a guy right here, and this is me too. When we win a game 10-7. And on one final drive from Russell Wilson, because I believe he has that in him, man. But yeah, this just had me dead, really. There's nothing really to this. Next, something we got to talk about, a bit of an unfortunate situation. Pittsburgh starting left guard Isaac Seumalo left practice today with an apparent pectoral injury and is undergoing tests to determine the severity of the injury per sources. Adam Schefter says initial tests showed that the Steelers guard Isaac Seumalo did not suffer a season-ending pectoral injury. The team is still weighing how long he can miss, but as one source said, we dodged a bullet. Gunshot? We'll get a gunshot for that. You know that weeps. You know that's what we did. But yeah, like Isaac Seumalo apparently is hurt, which is actually like a really big deal. He's probably between him and James Daniels. Like, is Isaac Seumalo our best offensive lineman? He might be. Isaac Seumalo might be our best offensive lineman, and so losing him definitely is gonna hurt. But hopefully, you know, he's not gonna miss the whole year, which is good. We dodged a bullet. And also, this leaves, I believe, some space for rookie Mason McCormick to come in. And he's a big, like, Mason McCormick's a big guy. We talked about him for a while. Mason McCormick is a big guy. Now, of course, him coming in, like, he's probably not going to have the same effect of an Isaac Seumalo, right? Which, you know, neither here nor there. But, you know, maybe we get to see him early. And, like, that is potentially the future of our offensive line. And if somehow, some way, man, we can get off some narratives, man. If Mason McCormick plays better than Isaac Seumalo, of course, you know, we want to keep Seumalo right now. Like we were paying him and stuff. Like, of course that, but it's more about the sign. You know what I'm saying? If Mason McCormick is like anywhere near where we were at with Isaac Seumalo, that is huge for us, because not only are we paying Isaac Seumalo something, but James Daniels, I believe, is a free agent after this season. We haven't re-signed him. So Mason McCormick, assumingly, is going to step into that role either for James Daniels or Isaac Seumalo. He's going to get a test with for Isaac Seumalo's position right now, but he could potentially be the other guard, I believe. Like, and you know what I'm saying? And past that, we got big Zach Frazier, we got 2 tackles, and we got Mason McCormick. Man, that is 4 out of the 5. All we need is that 5th spot, and maybe it's Isaac Seumalo when he comes back. Maybe it's somebody else. I'm not sure. Maybe it's James Daniels still. I'm not sure. But we are right there to that built offensive line. We just got to hope that the Zach Fraziers, the Broderick's, the Troy Fatanus, and Mason McCormick, we got to hope all these guys are good. And if they are good, we're in a good era, which is why we need to capitalize and win now, and we need to trade for Brandon. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, we're not paying none of them. We're not paying a quarterback even. Like, it's time to, like, really cash in here. And if the offensive line can be as good as I believe it can be, we're going to be in a great spot in Pittsburgh, man. Like, not too much on the Steelers, bro. But yes, definitely prayers for Isaac Seumalo. Hopefully he can come back healthy. Hopefully he can come back soon, as soon as possible. And we will have to see. We will keep monitoring this situation for sure. Next, calling all Steelers fans for this one. How will the Steelers finish this season? A, B, C, or D? I believe it's B, man. It has to be B. Like, A, okay, that's a bit, you know, that's a bit much. 12 plus wins is a bit much for sure. But B, like 10 or 11 wins. I had us at, I want to say like 10. I think I had us in 10 wins on Ascent Sports when we do our record prediction thing. I believe I had us at 10 wins, and maybe I'm biased. I don't know, but that the beginning of the season schedule isn't the craziest. I know later it gets a little nuts. It gets a little nuts later. We have to play the Chiefs and Eagles, which are 2 hard games. But past that too, it's our divisional games. And like, I get divisional games are divisional games, but like, when we talk about the Steelers in divisional games, all of a sudden, like, it's impossible for teams to win games in their division. All of a sudden, even though we've beaten the Ravens, even though we've beaten the Browns, even though we've beaten the Bengals, like, it just becomes impossible for us to win these games when it's time to preseason predict. But every single season, we at least go 1-1. You know what I'm saying? We at least go 1-1 with these guys. And so, like, I don't believe that end of the season thing is as hard as, like, people are making it seem to be. Also, too, something that goes into it is, like, I don't want to, like, not the speed, but, like, how like the turnaround on it, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have much rest time in there at the end of the season too. Like, we have to play a game on Christmas, and we have to play a game on New Year's, and we have to play a game on Thanksgiving. We literally go back in time to go play that game on Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? That is like what they did to us with the schedule, and so that kind of adds on to it. But like, I don't believe it's that hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe that it is just impossible for us to win 10 or 11 games. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I'm debating on going down and scrolling to see some of like the responses. You guys know Twitter, man. You guys know how sometimes these responses can be crazy. Like, I don't want to run into that, but I kind of want to see what the people are feeling. So I'm gonna scroll down. If it's bad in here, I apologize. I'll edit it out. So Bengals and Ravens only. I hate Twitter, bro. You are a Texans fan. You just woke up. Unbelievable. I pray for a losing season so we can start the narrative that Tomlin is not a good head coach. C or D, longtime Steelers, too many weaknesses. Okay, C or D. Wait, C or D. What is C or D? C or D, 7 wins or less. We literally haven't done that. What, 10-7? Exactly. Wilson ain't his own. Exactly, bro. Now finally, some like, what do I want to say? Some sanity in this one. We went 10-7 with Kenny Pickles in Canada. 10 or 11 wins. It will sneak. Hell yeah. D, unfortunately, you are wrong. Undefeated season. You are right. Pittsburgh, Cleveland's little brother, bro. Really? Cleveland's little brother. D, after the Ravens ambush and the Browns bury what's left, the Steelers will be lucky to scrap together 7 wins. Missing the playoffs will be the cherry on top of this terrible towelless season. Hashtag trash talk boss. Hashtag Steelers slide. Hashtag no playoffs for you. After the Ravens ambush and the Browns bury what's left. Who is this guy? We're going straight to his page, bro. Who is this guy a fan of? I don't know. What the hell is he talking to? Pickles belong on pizza? Absolutely. Okay, this is a good take right here, Tony. Pickles shouldn't be on pizza. I need to find this guy's favorite team, though. I really do. I really need to find this guy's favorite. Oh my goodness, we got MAGA stuff on here. What is? Okay, guy. Okay, we're off of this guy's Twitter, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to get into that, but like, after the Ravens ambush and the Browns bury, like, what is this concoction? What is this team up? You know, this isn't D-Generation X. Like, what is, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That was kind of meat riding, though. Can I say that? That was meat riding. For, like, this fan fiction scenario of the Ravens ambushing us and the Browns burying what's left, and, like, you're talking about this. You know what I'm saying? That was meat riding a little bit, Tony. Like, this is unbelievable. But, yeah, A is the only answer. A, thank you. Okay, I'm going to get out of these replies because it's a bit toxic down here. But A or B, man. It's definitely A or B. Shout out to Antonio Brown. Next. Jaguars are releasing defensive back Terrell Edmunds and Tanner Muse. The only reason why I brought this up, one, you know, him being on the Jaguars, is that 45? You know, like, what happened to Terrell Edmunds, man? Like, the disrespect Terrell Edmunds has taken from not only our fans, but, like, other teams. This guy should be on a fucking roster, man. This makes no sense. Maybe he's been injured. I haven't watched him play since he was a Steeler. I don't get it. But, like, fam, this guy was a starter for us for years, bro. And, like, it wasn't like he was a super duper liability. I mean, it's not like it was fucking Troy Polamalu out there. It's not like it was like Ed Reed out there. It's not like it was like, you know what I'm saying, like safety out there, you know? Like it wasn't like that. Like it was like, okay, we have our 11th starter right here. He's solid. Like, you know what I'm saying? And now he can't be a backup. He can't be a third string. He can't be nothing, bro. He's just released. I just don't get it. And this is a call to action, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to get out your phone. I want you to contact your local government or your local senator, congressman, whatever you say, congressman or woman, however the fuck you say it. I want you to call them and I want you to be like, hey, can we get Terrell Edmunds on a team, man? Because this is ridiculous. And maybe I'm just the only one. I know a lot of Steelers fans just don't like Terrell Edmunds literally because we took him in the first round. If we took Terrell Edmunds in the second round, he is like damn near one of our better picks ever. Literally, you move pick 28 Terrell Edmunds to pick, what was 28 times, not 2, but like what would it be? Like 28, let's say Terrell Edmunds was picked like 50. You know what I'm saying? It's the same player. He was a great pick. He was a fantastic pick. You know what I'm saying? That is literally the narrative of it. But because we took him that 28 or whatever, and Lamar Jackson went 3 or 4 picks after, Terrell Edmunds just sucks. You know what I'm saying? I never understood it. I never got it. Like, I get he wasn't like this superstar X Factor safety, but I believe he was pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe he was okay. So, you know, it is what it is. Maybe I'm just delusional. Maybe I'm just, you know, whatever. But, you know, I like Terrell Edmunds, man. I really did like Terrell Edmunds. Lastly, for this video, speaking of Terrell Edmunds, we got a friend of the show, Big Andrew Filipponi, on here. And Terrell Edmunds was released by the Jags. Here are the Steelers' top picks since TJ Watt was drafted in 2017. We got Terrell Edmunds, Devin Bush, Chase Claypool, Najee Harris, Kenny Pickett, Broderick Jones, and Troy Fautanu. Big reason why no playoff win since 2016. Now, when I tell you guys, I damn near started this narrative for sure. I know I didn't, but like I remember having these thoughts about our first round picks a while ago, and you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like it's been the best, but this made up narrative that like we just haven't been able to draft, we can't draft, and that's why we haven't won a playoff game or whatever. Like it's made up, it's fake, it's false, it's impossible. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna go through it. Terrell Edmonds, to me, was solid. Maybe not a first-round pick, but was solid for us. It was a starter for us, okay? 2019, Devin Bush was... Nobody remembers this. Nobody gives a fuck. But Devin Bush was fine up until he got hurt. And once he got hurt, he was never the same. You know what I'm saying? And then, too, the effort, like, started to lack. And that's what killed him. Like, the effort lacking killed him. But as before he got hurt, that first injury, Devin Bush was solid. We were happy with Devin Bush. We really were. And, like, if we really want to do injuries into this, like, I guess. But that, to me, is kind of Mickey. Next, 2020 Chase Claypool. First of all, I don't know what the hell happened with Chase Claypool either. I guess I'll maybe count this because it is what it is. However, we used our first round pick to get Minkah Fitzpatrick. Our second round pick was Chase Claypool. Our first round pick in 2020 was traded to the Dolphins for Minkah Fitzpatrick. So can we put Minkah on there? And if we put Minkah on there, then it's like, obviously we didn't whiff on that, but that is the pick that we used. And then Chase Claypool, like I said, I don't know what the hell happened with the guy. Nobody knows. He's been on 8 different teams now. Like, he was good. You know what I'm saying? He definitely deceived us. He definitely tricked us, but nobody saw that coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody saw Chase Claypool just like falling off a bridge. Next, Najee Harris. Najee Harris was a good pick, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was a good pick. He's a solid player. Maybe not first round, pick 18 or whatever, but this is literally the Terrell Edmonds argument. You put Najee Harris at pick 50 something and it's fine. It's perfect. And I get, like, obviously we want our first round picks to just like be these all-star, all-pro, you know what I'm saying, all-time players. Najee Harris, though, our offensive line has been shit. Our offense has been shit. He really hasn't had the chance to, like, really grow and develop. You know what I'm saying? He really hasn't had the chance to, like, really shine in this offense. And so, like, this narrative that, like, he's whack probably started by me. Like, I just, you know what I'm saying? I hate it. I hate when other people say it, And then when we look at that, the only miss on here so far, realistically, is Chase Claypool. Devin Bush got hurt. Terrell Edmonds, to me, was solid. And Najee Harris is solid. Next up, the next miss, Kenny Pickett. You got me. We shouldn't have took Kenny Pickett. You know what I'm saying? It made sense. We needed a quarterback. We didn't have a quarterback. If you guys watch college football in 2021, that season from Kenny Pickett was solid. Maybe you take the context that he didn't really play well his whole career in college and like you know what I'm saying? You contextualize that. Okay, but past that, it's just revisionist history, man. A lot of people were in on Kenny Pickett. A lot of people thought he was going to be good. He was right there from Pitt. We passed on Dan Marino. We weren't going to pass on Dan Marino again. You know what I'm saying? This guy was not Dan Marino. We whiffed for sure. But okay, so I'll count Kenny and I'll count Chase Claypool as like, okay, bad picks. But Chase Claypool was Minkah Fitzpatrick, first of all. And then Kenny Pickett, the only one, if we want to count Devin Bush, he got hurt. You know what I'm saying? He got hurt, but fuck it. We want to count Kenny Pickett, Devin Bush. I am not counting Chase Claypool. He himself, the name is bad, but we got Minkah Fitzpatrick in 2020. You know what I'm saying? Like, so 2020 was a solid. And we got Chase Claypool in the second round. You know what I mean? Like, that to me, and 2020 Chase Claypool was good. Like, that was solid, and we got Minkah with our first round pick. So that's really what I'm counting there. So the only whiffs, I guess, is Devin Bush due to injury and Kenny Pickett due to him being ass, Like, and not too much on Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett, I love you. You're my guy. I'll never forget 2021. Thank you. Next, Broderick Jones remains to be seen. Troy Fautanu remains to be seen. But I think Broderick Jones is going to be a solid player, and I think Troy Fautanu is going to be a solid player. Maybe we get some other people, maybe, the Trent McDuffies of the world. I've seen that fucking screenshot so many times of us taking like Najee Harris and Tyler Lindenbaum goes next or some shit like that, or Creed Humphrey goes next. I've seen it, or I think that was with Muth. I think Creed Humphrey went like right after Muth, and now Creed Humphrey is like the highest paid center in the league, which is funny because Zach Frazier is going to break that record soon. Whenever he's a free agent, Zach Frazier will be the highest paid center in the league. But like, I get it. We do the screenshot revisionist post-draft history, and there were some whiffs on this, but we just like this narrative has to stop. This narrative has to stop, man. Like these were whiffs, but like it is not like just the end of the world. It is not like we just took 7 straight Jamarcus Russells, man. There's just so much context needed, and on top of that, too, our expectations are just way too high. Terrell Edmonds gave a solid play. Devin Bush got hurt. Chase Claypool doesn't count because this is Minkah Fitzpatrick. Najee Harris, he's been solid. Kenny Pickett didn't work out. You got me. Broderick Jones and Troy Fautanu, both of them are going to be solid pieces for our offensive line. And so really, what the hell are you talking about, Andrew Filipponi? It's not just Andrew Filipponi, though. This is just like a common narrative that people get off about the Steelers. And like, we go back to the Kevin Colbert days and he just can't draft and all this and all that. It's nonsense. Omar Khan comes in there, by the way, and we start taking big offensive linemen, man. Shout out to Omar Khan. But Kevin Colbert as well, he drafted offensive linemen too. Like, we were just trying to spam like being a good team as fast as possible. Like, especially in this 2018, people, man, they just forget the context. 2017, we won like 13 games. We had a first round loss, which was ass, but like we won 13 games. Our secondary Our secondary needed help back then. What do? We take a safety who maybe is NFL ready, man. He was the most NFL ready safety, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is what the people were saying. They were saying he's reached his peak, which isn't, the best to hear. But, like, you hear that, and it's like on a team that is already winning, a team that already won 13 games last year, adding someone who was, like, NFL ready, Brock Purdy-esque, you know what I'm saying? Adding someone like that, to me, makes perfect sense, man. It makes perfect sense. And so not too much on Terrell Edmunds. But you know what I'm saying? There's not anything I can say. Like, you guys just hate Terrell Edmunds and you'll never get over it. So it is what it is. Anyways, I think that is going to do it for me for this video, as I believe I have yapped way too much on this. So, I'm going to get out of here. It was very fun doing this. I really love talking about the Steelers, man. Like, this brings me joy. This wakes me up every day, man. I'm telling you, I love doing this. So, yeah, if you guys are Steelers fans once again, or you enjoy NFL content in general, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. If you would like to support me and this channel more, be sure to hit that join button. Anyway, this has been Zaya from Zaya and the Steelers, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.